What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hopefully, you're having a very tubular Tuesday today. Well, I was kind of hoping that we were going to see the market kind of hang out at these lower levels about 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago or so. Mostly because I thought that would have been a pretty good opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Might not be bad to be bullish. Maybe going into the rest of the week, honestly. If we roll back down to these levels, I would be looking to be, probably a little bit more bullish, probably just for the next few days to the end of the week or so. Anyways, yeah, we did have a little bit of a gap up today. Yesterday, not too much happened, but yeah, today we had about a 0.15% gap up there on the SPY, and then we sold down pretty good there to kind of start the day. Roughly the first hour or so, kind of nice little drop there. And then, yeah, past 20 minutes or so, nice little pop, nice little rip right off the lows of the day. As far as the Qs, yeah, Qs were a little bit more weak. They did have a little bit more of a gap up to kind of start the day. They gapped up about 0.3%. You can see that they actually rolled down pretty good. Curious how low they actually got. They did get down about 0.6% at the lows there about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, they ripped, they dropped pretty good. You can definitely see that 5 minute right there at about the 10 a.m. Eastern time. So, curious if we get any important data at that time. Some manufacturing data points, I guess. Consumer confidence lower. Interesting. So, CB consumer confidence. I don't really interesting. I don't really keep track of that one all that much, but definitely lower. I mean, the forecast was expected to come in lower than prior prior data point, but yeah, okay. So that might have caused quite a little drop there, but it doesn't matter. Past 20 minutes, nice little pop. So if we do roll back over to the lows of the day, go a little bit lower, I'd imagine we would go a little bit lower, but I'd be looking to be probably bullish off that. Maybe see what happens at the end of the day, because if it happens, it's probably going to happen a little bit later in the afternoon. IWM, nice gap up, nice sell off to kind of start the day. We did gap up about 0.4%, not quite. Sideways, rolled over there that first hour. Nice little bounce here over the past 20 minutes or so, but still negative, decent amount, about 2.2%. DIA is looking pretty solid here. Gap up, very subtle, choppy pullback throughout the day. Did get a negative a little bit. Nice run there the past 25 minutes or so. Looking pretty good. RSP, nice gap up, chop sideways pretty much the whole day. Looking pretty good, up 0.25% there as well. Okay. All right, RSP. Not looking too bad there on the daily. Looks like it's, might not even have any more dips. Honestly, it might just go sideways here the next, on a relatively shorter term, but it looks like it's probably just going to kind of slowly chop higher there on the RSP. Same kind of deal for the DIA. Looks like it's going to continue to push higher. IWM has continued to pull back here with the previous, I guess today and the previous 3 trading days. It's kind of interesting. Today and Monday, we did get gap ups and we sold off. But we're starting to get into that 119.5 level. Kind of talking about that yesterday. 119 to 119.5. That's gonna look like a pretty good spot, and that's basically where we got to. Kind of today, this morning. All right, Qs is having a hard time getting it going higher. Moving averages is still coming up. Still waiting for those to kind of get up there, support the level. Where we are currently at. Same kind of deal here with the SP 500, the SPY, kind of just hanging in there at all-time highs. All right. As far as what happens today, if we roll back over and get back down to the lows of today, I mean, depending upon when we do it, but if we get back down there, you're probably gonna be looking to start to pick up some bullish positions as we go into the end of the week. That'd be kind of the way I'd be looking for it. If we do it by the end of day, maybe in that last hour, if we roll back down, you might look for a quick little drop, maybe even tomorrow morning, or maybe even a lower open tomorrow, maybe then be looking to be bullish off of that, which is kind of the game plan coming into the week. So we'll see if we get that. VIX, not really doing a whole lot, just kind of hanging out. All right, well that's about it there on the VIX. DXY still kind of chopping sideways down today. See if the moving averages push this down and break down here. Okay. GLD Gold Trust. Yep. Just continuing to push higher. Looking pretty good. 10-year yield through an upper wick yesterday. Through a pretty good upper wick today. Okay, and we really actually came down really over the past hour or so. A little bit over an hour. So that's about what's going on with the 10-year yield. It is kind of interesting that we did make a new high. We are making higher lows. So yeah, this is a pretty good support and resistance level right here around this 3.8 level, I guess. So if we get through that 3.8 level, maybe we'll continue to push higher on 10-year. Curious to see if that happens. As far as 10 and 2 inversion, continuing to push into the positive direction, looking pretty good there. HYG, all right, starting to come back down a little bit more. Flag pattern setting up, not looking too bad. LQD bouncing a little bit today. Obviously, this thing has a pretty good flag pattern. I kind of like it if you're like, hey, I was wanting to see a little bit of a rest period. Kind of dig this. Not a bad spot. TLT, all right, seeing a little bit of a bounce off of the gap down today. So we'll see what happens here. If we bounce here over the next couple of days, be curious to see how this kind of sets up. I'd imagine if we bounce at least up here to this 99.3 level, you're probably going to get some people to probably sell that spot. Kind of we did back here in August. Also going to have the moving averages come down. So I'd be maybe looking for that. Because we did have a pretty good reversal on the TLT last week. And people are going to try and play it kind of aggressively here. So, yeah, I'd be curious to see if how that plays out here over the next couple days. All right, as far as sector rotation for the day, materials. Look at that move on materials. Materials is leading the day pretty well. Industrials, discretionaries, communications, energy's all doing pretty good. Staples is also slightly outperforming. Utilities in line with the market there. Real estate, tech, a little bit underperforming there. Healthcare also, and then financials, big underperformers on the day. Okay. As far as intraday goes, you got energies and tech underperforming, and you got financials, discretionaries outperforming, as well as communications, healthcare, staples, industrials, materials, and then real estate utilities at the higher end of the day.